Alright. I don't have any gameplay in front of me right now, so I'm just going to talk, and I'll stop whenever I'm done talking, and I'll find some gameplay later to add to this. I don't know if I'm going to add. I don't know what I'll add. It'll be a Gears 3 gameplay because I'm talking about the sawed off. This will be. I'll try to make this my last video ranting about it, but I'm going to explain a few things about this gun. Why. Well, to be honest, it's ruining my experience with this game. And I'm going to say why it's ruining the experience. Why. I don't know. I'll get into it in a second. But I'm going to say why it's ruining my experience and what I think should be done about it, or a couple of things that could be done to fix it. And then I'm going to end up telling you how to fight the sawed off. Just in case they never do anything to fix it at all, which they probably won't, because those guys over at Epic all love the sawed off because they're bad at their own game. Alright, so let's see, this sawed off. Okay, first off, Gears of War is it's an interesting game. It's a lot different from any first person multiplayer shooter. It's third person, so you're able to see a lot more around you than you would in a first person game. You can only see what's like straight ahead of you and a little bit in your peripherals. But other than that, in Gears of War, you can see a lot more around you. You can see around corners and everything. So having a gun like the sawed off in, say, Halo or Call of Duty, if it was as powerful as it is, I'm just using this as an example, or if Gears of War was a first person shooter, it probably wouldn't be so big a deal, because you wouldn't be able to see through walls and around corners and all kinds of stuff like that. You can see like over you, like over cover. You can see all kinds of different angles in Gears of War that you can't see in any other game. So that also is another reason that wall camping with the sawed off is such an annoying thing, and it happens so frequently, because this Gears being a third person game, it allows people to just hide behind a wall or hide or look around corners before they even go around there, and they'll instantly know. So that's one reason this gun is overpowered. The reason it's so useful for players is because the spread, it reaches all the way across your screen. There have been videos showing that the sawed off can even go around walls. It can kill people around a corner. It's absolutely ridiculous. I was watching a Biohunter video, and he was playing a game on Old Town, and he was at the sniper, and he was on one of those pillars of the sniper. He saw a guy coming with the sawed off. He jumped to the side. The guy was on one side of the pillar. He was on the other, all the way down the steps, and he died from the sawed off. That's partially because it shot him around the corner, and partially because it has a fucking ridiculous range for a weapon that's supposedly supposed to be only useful at melee range. It says it's only effective at melee range, but there have been videos showing that it can one shot people farther than the Nasher can, which is fucking stupid. If it's supposed to be only effective at melee range, then patch it and make it to where it only jibs people at melee range. Don't make it to where it can jib people from 6 feet away or 10 feet away. I've been one shotted from 10 feet away. I'd be shooting a person, then I roll backwards as he's within, I don't know, 5 feet of me, and as I'm rolling backwards, he shoots and I die. That's ridiculous. That shouldn't happen. So yeah, the range on it can one shot people farther than a Nasher can one shot people, and that's just stupid. Either buff up my Nasher to where I can, which I don't really want. I don't want that. The Nasher's good the way it is. What I want is for the sawed off to be nerfed, but that's one thing. Or make it to where it doesn't have that fucking range, or the spread. Make it to where the spread doesn't reach to where the spread reaches the middle. Make it to where the spread is where you have to be aiming at somebody before it'll hit them. Don't make it to where you can just shoot it and you can kill 5 people with one shot just because they're on your screen. That's just ridiculous. So, and another reason this gun is ruining this game for me is I'm a huge King of the Hill fan. I love playing King of the Hill. And the object of that is for you to rush to the hill and capture it and hold it down. But in this game with that sawed off, like, I can't play ranked King of the Hill. I've tried. I will lose games when I shouldn't because of that sawed off. and then I will barely beat teams that I would have just totally scraped up and ran over in Gears 2 if they or in Gears 3 if they were using a Nasher. The thing about the Sawed Off and King of the Hill is the hills, they don't spawn out in the open. They tend to spawn in at weapon spawns or in certain spots where there is cover. Take the map Overpass for example. The first hill on Overpass, the hill spawns up top, you know, up by the turret Scorcher area. I think it's a Scorcher there. I'm not quite sure. I don't play that map a whole lot, but that's where the first hill spawns. And for one, you have to climb up these stairs to get to it, and two, there are like 6 pillars there for people to hide behind and wait. So it's like that for basically every map. And King of the Hill is just overrun with Sawed Off, and you can't go to the hill and capture it because people are hiding behind every pillar and wall with a Sawed Off waiting for you. It's like, you know, you can't play it without like a full, completely coordinated team, because these fucking scumbags are hiding behind corners and walls, and it's just it doesn't take any sort of coordination or skill. They're just hiding and waiting, and when you try to go to the hill to capture the objective, you just get fucking obliterated because, you know, your Nasher can't shoot around corners and their Sawed Off can, and it's really annoying. So what are some things that I would want Epic to do to fix this? There's a lot of things they could do that I would be completely happy with. The number one thing I want is for the gun to just be gone from the game. That would be fucking amazing. Either they just remove it from the game and make the Nasher the only secondary option, or they put the retro in its place. I would be fine having the Hammerburst Lancer as your long range choices, and the retro and the retro in place of the Sawed Off, with the Nasher as your short range. You know, that would be fine with me. Or they can just keep it. Fucking phone. Hold on a second, guys. Alright, sorry about that. Phone rang. Fucking random ass 800 numbers. Anyways, I was saying, you could switch the Sawed Off out, just take it out of the game, and have what was it? Put the retro in its place. That would be fine with me. Since they say the retro is only effective at short range, that would be fucking cool with me. I don't care. Or they could just leave the retro in the third, or as a third assault rifle, and just keep the Nasher, and that's fine. I don't give a shit. But I know for a fact they're not just going to take the Sawed Off out. So another thing they could do, nerf that fucking range. Take it to where it's only effective at melee range, like your description says, instead of making it to where it can one-shot people from 10 feet away. That would be an amazing thing. That way people wouldn't just be able to run at me as I'm trying to shoot them while they're running at me, and then they still get to me and kill me when I've put like almost a full clip into them. They're about to go down, and then they fucking just kill me. That's fucking stupid. They shouldn't be able to do that. Another thing, put more fucking, like, I have to use a Lancer now because I can't use a Hammerburst because these Sawed Off guys are always running at me, and the Hammerburst, for some reason when I'm using it, it has no fucking stopping power. So I can't slow them down. So I have to use a Lancer to use to have some sort of stopping power on these guys, which is what I do now. But that's another thing. Take down the fucking range. Make it to where it is only effective at melee range. Then it will be a lot less annoying. It'll still be annoying, but it'll be a lot less annoying because you won't die from so fucking far away, and you know, it'll be the way it's supposed to be. Another thing they could do, for some reason they have smoke grenade spawns on a lot of these maps. Switch that with the fucking Sawed Off. Make the Sawed Off a pickup weapon, a power weapon. You can leave it the way it is. I don't give a shit. Make it a pickup weapon and switch it out for the smoke grenades. Why the fuck are there smoke grenades? What are you thinking? What are you doing, Epic? Like, you've made a great game. Just do this one more thing and make the Sawed Offs a power weapon and switch it for these fucking smoke grenade spawns. I don't know what is that? What are you doing? Come on. You almost have a masterpiece on your hands. Make this one thing right. Switch the Sawed Off for a smoke grenade. That's like the best idea I've ever heard. I didn't come up with that. One of my subs that I was playing with told me, like, hey, why don't they just switch it with a smoke grenade? And I was thinking, god damn it, that's fucking brilliant. But that's a great idea. Fucking switch that shit with the smoke grenade. Another thing they could do, like I said earlier, make it to where the spread isn't so fucking huge. Make it to where you have to actually aim at the middle of your screen, like the Nasher, like every other fucking gun in the game, and and it'll instantly kill people. That's fine. I don't care. Make it to where you have to actually aim. I don't want it to be that I'm around a corner or that I'm 3 feet to the left of a guy's aim and he still kills me. That's not fair. He didn't aim at me. He shouldn't hit me. That's all there is to it. So those are a few ways they could fix the Nasher. God damn it. I keep fucking spewing words out that I'm not trying to say. There's a few ways they could fix the sawed off. Because I really, really want to play some ranked King of the Hill, but I just can't. Because all the really good players on my list are fucking always playing with their clan buddies or whatever, and I can't fucking get a game in. You motherfuckers need to invite me. That's all I'm gonna say. Just invite me one of these fucking times, because I want to play some ranked King of the Hill. And I'm tired of playing with randoms and sawed-offs. Okay. Fear and Hero and K-True. And man, when the fuck are you getting on, man? You're always playing Horde. Play some fucking King of the Hill with me. Anyways, now, in case they don't do anything at all, because, you know, like I said, Epic is terrible at their own game and they need a fucking sawed off to get kills. Just in case they never fucking fix this shit, here's what I've decided. Here's how I try to combat the sawed off. In Gears 2, I was a very aggressive player. I basically always had my shotgun out. I was one of those very aggressive. I love the short range combat in the game. It's almost completely reversed in Gears 3 since the sawed off came out, and it made it to where any terrible player that you would have basically just run over if it was Nasher on Nasher, it made it to where they can easily just kill you 9 out of 10 times because they have a gun that automatically does all the work for them. So you've got to reverse your mentality, which is what I've been trying to do. I am now a rifle first player. I start off with my Lancer out and I keep my Lancer out, and I chose the Lancer over the Hammerburst because it's so much more effective. It's got the stopping power. It's got a huge clip. You can down 5 people with one clip with that thing. The actives are fucking great. It gives you a headshot multiplier. It's just an all-around great gun. Even the chainsaw revs up super fucking fast. It's ridiculous. It's like less than a second and you're chainsawing people. It's like just a little bit fucking slower than a melee. So it's really effective. So yeah, I use the Lancer now, and the stopping power is just fantastic. So every time I see somebody with a sawed off running at me, I got my Lancer out and I'm ready to fucking mow him down. So you gotta try to think, until you get used to I guess unless you're really good at dodging sawed off shots, which I don't see how you could be. But maybe you are, and then you just run in there with your shotgun anyways. But then this commentary isn't for you. But if you're having trouble, if you're trying to run in there and be aggressive, you gotta just fucking realize that this isn't Gears 2 anymore. You might have to play boring for a little while until all these sawed-off users get discouraged and they start using different guns. And don't pull out your Nasher right away until you know you have an opportunity. Like, I only pull out my Nasher when either I know they don't have a sawed-off or I know they're not looking at me and I want to run up behind them and get some really quick kills. So that's when I use my Nasher. And also, if I have my Nasher out and they suddenly appear, I'm not just going to switch to my Lancer. I'm going to try my best to kill them with the Nasher. But, you know, that's one way. Just keep your rifle first. That's what I'm doing. That's one way you can fight off these sawed-off guys. Another thing is be careful when you see somebody on cover and you think, oh, I'm going to go kill this guy real quick. Try to get an angle to where you can see what weapon he has, because sometimes you can see that sawed off poking out, or you can see their Nasher or their retro or whatever. Just be careful, because you see them on the cover, they can probably see you too. So just don't, I don't know, because like I said in Gears 2, usually if you're really good with your Nasher, you could just run up there, hit the cover real quick, bounce away, and then kill them with one shot. But it's a little bit different in this game, because they might have the sawed off in their hands. So you got to be careful. You got to take these corners wide. You got to make sure you know what weapon they have in their hands. You just have to play a lot smarter when you're rushing, and that's basically how you can kind of fight back against the sawed off. And one more thing, try to keep your back to a wall, because a lot of times they hide behind a corner. And check every corner when you're walking into a room. There's a lot of the maps on Gears 3 are a lot more open. All the buildings Even Blood Drive, when Blood Drive comes out, the hospital is like huge, and the nade room is like wide open. Hotel is a lot like Mansion, but the front door is like massive. There's a big lobby in the front door. Like so, a lot of the Gears 3 maps are kind of more open than they were in Gears 2. So that's another thing you can kind of watch out for. Just use that to your advantage. Enter buildings with like a wide angle. Don't sit so close to the wall or the corner as you're entering a building or a room or going around cover or whatever. Just be careful about that because people like to hide behind walls with that sawed off, and just watch out for that. Use the open spaces to your advantage. Try to keep your back to a wall. Always keep your head on a swivel because they like to fucking sneak up on you. And just be constantly looking around, and eventually you're gonna get the hang of it. Because I have a feeling that they're not gonna do anything at all to change the sawed off from what it is right now. So we're gonna just have to get used to it, which is fucking bullshit. But whatever. You gotta do what you gotta do. Anyways, that's basically my rant on the sawed off and a little bit of advice for you guys. Hopefully it helps you out. Hopefully you can learn something from my advice that I've given. I'm not the best Gears player, but I'm a pretty smart player for the most part. I play with randoms in ranked a lot of the times, and I have over a 2 KD playing against sawed offs by myself. So yeah, that's basically all there is to it. So yeah, thanks for watching this, guys. Hopefully it helped. Let me know what you think about the sawed off, any suggestions, and let me know if you've heard if they're gonna patch it or not, because I really hope they do something about it because it's getting annoying. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Have an excellent day.